Why Jon Snow betrayed Daenerys in the throne room after her victory. Welcome back, Thrones fans. Today we're diving deep into one of the most controversial and talked about moments in Game of Thrones. The shocking betrayal of Daenerys Targaryen by Jon Snow in the throne room, right after her triumphant conquest of King's Landing. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe if you love House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, and deep dives into Westerosi lore. Let's begin. Why did Jon betray Daenerys? Was it purely political? Was it personal? Or was it something more tragic and inevitable? In this video, we'll explore every angle. Jon's motivations, the build-up to that fateful moment, Daenerys' transformation, the prophecy and legacy, and how their intertwined destinies led to the heartbreaking decision that changed the fate of Westeros forever. Let's begin with the context. Daenerys Targaryen arrived in King's Landing as a liberator, promising to break the wheel of tyranny and bring a new era of justice. For years, she had been gathering allies, winning battles, and inspiring hope among the oppressed. But the fall of King's Landing was not the victory many expected. Instead of a swift and merciful conquest, Daenerys unleashed Drogon upon the city, burning it to ash, innocent civilians included. The destruction was catastrophic. Despite the city's surrender, Daenerys showed no mercy. This brutal display shocked Jon Snow, Tyrion Lannister, and many others who had believed in her vision of a better world. Her dream of breaking the wheel had become a nightmare. Jon Snow stood at a crossroads. He loved Daenerys. Their bond had grown strong during their journey together, from allies to lovers. But Jon was also bound by a fierce sense of duty and honor. His entire life had been shaped by these principles, inherited from his upbringing at Winterfell and the values of the Night's Watch. He swore to protect the people of Westeros, not just those in the north or the south, but all. And what he witnessed in King's Landing made him question everything about Daenerys, the woman he loved and the queen he pledged loyalty to. Was she still the benevolent liberator, or had she become a tyrant? The prophecy and Jon's identity crisis. Jon's personal turmoil was amplified by the revelation of his true parentage. He was not a bastard Stark, but Aegon Targaryen, the legitimate son of Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark. This meant Jon had a superior claim to the Iron Throne, potentially even over Daenerys. Yet, Jon never desired power for himself. He was reluctant to embrace his Targaryen heritage, and always prioritized the good of the realm over personal ambition. The knowledge of his bloodline only intensified his internal conflict. If he let Daenerys continue unchecked, millions could suffer under her reign. But acting against her meant betraying family and love. Tyrion Lannister, Daenerys' hand of the queen, was deeply shaken by the destruction of King's Landing. He pleaded with Daenerys to show mercy and temper her desire for conquest. But she dismissed his warnings, steadfast in her belief that her rule was righteous and necessary. Tyrion secretly reached out to Jon, urging him to consider the danger Daenerys posed if left unchecked. He believed Jon was the only one who could stop her. This counsel planted a seed in Jon's mind, a seed of doubt that grew into a painful resolve. Daenerys' vision was absolute justice through revolution, a clean slate to remake the world. Jon's vision was rooted in mercy, balance, and the preservation of life. They represented two sides of a dangerous coin. Daenerys believed fear was necessary to enforce peace, but Jon feared fear alone would breed rebellion, tyranny, and endless cycles of violence. Their ideals had diverged irreparably. Section 6. The emotional weight. Jon's burden of leadership. Jon understood what he had to do, but it tore him apart. He was a man of honor forced into a dishonorable act. He had fought so hard to keep the peace, to protect those who could not protect themselves. Betraying Daenerys meant killing the woman he loved, the woman he believed was the rightful queen, but also meant saving countless lives in the future. He carried the weight of that decision with crushing sorrow. When Jon confronts Daenerys in the throne room, the moment is loaded with tension and tragedy. Daenerys speaks of her vision, her destiny, and the world she wants to create. Jon listens, heartbroken but resolute. He tells her he must stop her, not just for the realm, but for the hope that a better future can be built without tyranny. Jon's kiss, a final act of love, is followed by the fatal stabbing. It is an act of ultimate sacrifice, sacrificing love for duty, mercy for justice. The betrayal is not just political. It is deeply personal and profoundly tragic. Daenerys' death marks the end of a tumultuous era. Her supporters are devastated. Tyrion is imprisoned for treason. Jon is exiled back to the Night's Watch, a place where he finds a bittersweet refuge. Westeros begins to rebuild, choosing a new path that values counsel and consensus over the iron fist of a single ruler. The Iron Throne itself is melted down by Drogon, symbolizing the end of the Old Order. Jon's betrayal of Daenerys is a powerful reminder of the complexity of power, love, and morality. It shows that sometimes doing what is right is not easy or black and white. Loyalty to ideals and people can come into conflict. And in the harsh world of Westeros, even heroes must make heartbreaking choices. So, why did Jon Snow betray Daenerys in the throne room? Because love and loyalty can collide with duty and morality. Because power without mercy leads to destruction. Because sometimes the hardest choice is the one that saves the future. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like, share, and subscribe for more Thrones lore and theories. Let us know your thoughts. Did Jon do the right thing? Or was there another way? Thanks for watching. And remember, in the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. Her supporters are devastated. Tyrion is imprisoned for treason. Jon is exiled back to the Night's Watch, a place where he finds a bittersweet refuge. Why Jon Snow Westeros begins to rebuild room after choosing a new path. Welcome back, values counsel and consensus. Today we're diving deep into one of the most controversial. The Iron Throne itself is melted down by Drogon. The shocking betrayal symbolizing the end of the Old Order by Jon Snow. Jon's betrayal of Daenerys is a right after a triumphant conquest, the complexity of power. Welcome to the channel and morality. Subscribe if you love. It shows that sometimes doing what is right is not easy. Deep dives into Westerosi lore. Let's begin. Why did Jon betray Daenerys? Was it purely political? Was it personal? Or was it something more tragic and inevitable? In this video, we'll explore every angle. Jon's motivations, the build-up to that fateful moment, Daenerys' transformation, the prophecy and legacy, and how their intertwined destinies led to the heartbreaking decision that changed the fate of Westeros forever. Let's begin with the context. Daenerys Targaryen arrived in King's Landing as a liberator, promising to break the wheel of tyranny and bring a new era of justice. For years, she had been gathering allies, winning battles, and inspiring hope among the oppressed.